suburbs. We took flight. Come on. Born and Bondi, southern skies ignite. From the east our spirits rise. Red, white, blue, our story told. From nothing we rose, made our claim. Eastern pride, we built our name. Stronger now, we never fall. Rooster spirit standing tall. Yeah, come on, feel that pride. Let's go. Since the start, the legacy lives. Power the heartbeat gives. Red and blue, we walk with pride. Fans by side, can't hide our vibes. Flags up high, crowd in sync. Roosters rule, we never blink. Eastern suburbs. Eastern suburbs. Red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney Roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs, Roosters! Get up! Feel that pride! Grand on fire, glory set. Fighting with fire, no regrets. Yeah! Every tackle, every try, hit hard.
All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Haynes here, delivering you your Roosters news and opinions for your Tuesday afternoon. How is everybody doing? I do apologise for last night, as I did put on the Instagram story that there was a bit of a thunderstorm rolling through my area, the neck of the woods, so that why there wasn't a stream yesterday. But we did manage to film a little bit of an episode for you guys that will come out tomorrow morning or afternoon before we jump on air, aiming towards tomorrow morning sometime. So hope everyone can tune in for that. It's a good one, and it will be a weekly basis kind of video for you guys. Just setting up the poll for you guys to I just want to hear your thoughts on this one. So bear with me. I just literally got home. So obviously, as per usual, running behind schedule. But anyway. Just putting the question for our poll here on the YouTube for you. Uh, 2026 question mark. Yep. Okay, we good to go now. We good to go. Okay, all right. So I do apologize about that. All right, so welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Sydney Roosters Diehards, and give us a follow on the Instagram as well. As you can see, Retro Day, Retro Tuesday, I'm going to call it. So I got the 98 kit on. So I'm going to be talking about a few things tonight. Not a lot. Won't take too much of your time. Around about the half an hour mark I'm aiming for tonight for you guys. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the NRL draw, which we will get into very, very shortly, and which is the theme for tonight's question in the live poll is how excited are you guys for the NRL draw? So the NRL draw is not too far away. We'll discuss that very, very shortly. But yeah, we'll leave that with you guys. We'll have that on stream throughout the night. We'll get into the live chat as well. We've got Jake in here as usual. G'day, Jake. How are you, my friend? Jason as well. Thank you, Jason, for tuning in as you always. Sean Shepherd. What's up, Hainsey? Do you roughly know when the NRL draw is released? I'm about to tell you pretty much now. This is not 100% confirmed, but we're hearing reports that the NRL draw is expected to be announced this week sometime. With NRL broadcasters and all that working out whether they agree or like or disagree with the draw, finalising the agreements for the draw in 2026, and aiming to be up, ready to go for everyone by Friday as the latest. So hopefully sometime this week we will have the NRL draw up for you guys. Now, yesterday I did put up a post around round one. That has turned out to be untrue. Now, I do apologize about that. That's just from the source I was told, but I do have the source here It wasn't from David Riccio, the original thing, but it has come to confirm that what Dave Riccio has said in his article the other day. So I'll read the article up for you guys, and we'll have a little bit of discussion before we get to the NRL draw stuff as well. So let me go find it again. And we'll have obviously a little bit of a talk about a potential NRL wildcard finals round as well. So we'll have that's so not obviously all Roosters related this week today, but it's mainly NRL news that might impact the Roosters. Well, not impact, but how will it, shape around the Roosters, obviously. So, okay, so we'll get it up here for you guys. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Hit that stream, the like button, and subscribe and give us a follow. So we are playing the Sharks in round 6 this year. That it turns out that it's going to be in Perth. So apparently there's going to be a double header in Perth, according to David Riccio, where we'll be taking on the Sharks in Perth in round 6. I'm guessing Optus Stadium, could be HBF Park. Don't quote me on that where, but it is going to be in Perth. So, so we'll get up here. Sharks Roosters going to be Perth as a doubleheader with South playing the Raiders on April 11th. So it's a Saturday, April 11th, round 6, which is between obviously. So we'll be taking on the Sharks. Sharks home game, so it's an away game, so it won't affect our home games this year, which is a good thing. And then obviously Rabbitohs take on the Raiders at 7:30, I believe 5:30, whenever the time will be for that game. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. Obviously, we went to Perth 2 years ago. I heard good things about Roosters fans that did travel over there. In particular, Wayne, the famous Giggity Man. He said good things about the trip over in Perth. He had actually spent the weekend. I think he went up to the Fremantle Roosters as well, which was like a local rugby league team over there in Perth. So he was there supporting them, which was great to see. So obviously, we've got a little bit of a connection with Perth. With the Fremantle Roosters. But yeah, it's just a good weekend in Perth. I know they did it this year during Origin week, where we had Origin on the Wednesday, and then on the Saturday, Newcastle hosted, or I think it was the Dolphins hosting Newcastle in Perth in that same week. So it was good for rugby league fans. Obviously, with the arrival of the Perth Bears in 2027, getting some rugby league hype into AFL heartland, you could say. So it's a good thing. Obviously, the two big Sydney clubs in South and the Roosters, as much as you want to think that South is a big club, but South Roosters, two big clubs, Sydney clubs going over, obviously Canberra and the Sharks are going there as well. So I think it's going to work out well, us going over there. Let me know if you guys are going to head over, make the trip. Obviously, we'll find out come the end of the week if that turns out to be true. But David Riccio put it in code on the Daily Telegraph yesterday, so just wanted to report on that, guys. So I do want to apologize for saying round 1. That's what I was told, but turned out to be round 6 in Perth. So I do apologize. So, but yeah, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, whether or not if we do make the trip over to Perth for round 6 against the Sharks. I think the first thing to say is like, hallelujah, we're not going to Shark Park next year because there's an absolute dump. That semi-final was a terrible experience with knowing it was at Shark Park, but whenever we win or lose at Shark Park, whatever experience it is, it's a terrible experience. It's just a shit ground. I hate Shark Park, and I do no disrespect intended to any Sharks fans that are in here, but I think it's fair to say every NRL fan base doesn't really like Shark Park. It's a dump. It's a construction site. It's terrible. But anyway, but looks like we're not going there next year. Hallelujah. But we got. But yeah, really excited that, a bit of an away trip maybe next year. Look, so I don't think I'm going to be going to every game next year. Like, even though I technically didn't go to every game last year, I only missed the one game that was for the Sharks game in this Friday 6:00 game due to airlines, which I don't want to get into, but I actually planned and bought tickets to every single game this year, but I did miss one, so I do apologize for that one. But so I think I'll be still going to try to go to home games. If we don't go to New Zealand, I want to do that again. If we go to New Zealand, I'd love to do that again. Absolutely loved that trip. But if we don't go to New Zealand, I might have this circled as my big interstate trip next year, even though technically every game I go to that's not here in Brisbane is an interstate trip. But you know what I'm trying to say here. But so obviously, how will that work with, you know, the Diehards page? I'm still trying to figure out the balance with game day content for you guys next year, but we'll work that out as the preseason gets underway. But yeah, like really excited to see, you know, a game there. And yeah, really looking forward to going to, you know, potentially going to Perth for a game. That'd be something I'd like to tick off, a game in Perth. I've never been to Perth before, but definitely something I might consider going to. But yeah, it's really interesting how, you know, the Sharks are taking a home game away from Shark Park. That's really, really surprising. That's absolutely something that the Roosters would do, take a home game away from Allianz Stadium, because we only get 10 home games a year. Our contract is 10 home games at Allianz. Then we take a game at Gosford, take a game at the Magic Round. So I'm actually surprised. So obviously we'll have that one game locked in Gosford, one locked in for Magic Round, and obviously the 10 home games at Allianz. We actually get 11 games at Allianz this year because the Dragons are the home team on Anzac Day, which we'll have a little bit of discussion about the NRL draw soon. But yeah. But really excited about this. I know it's not, I mean, it's probably, end of the day, Shark Park, HBF Park, Perth, or Optus Stadium. Like, well, not everyone's going to travel over there, and that's totally fine. But, like, I think it'd probably be a better experience in Shark Park anyway. And I don't think Roosters fans don't have to worry about going to Shark Park next year, which is always exciting. Curse YouTube says, I'm a massive Roosters fan. Great to hear, Curse. Great to hear. How do we feel about the Cherry Evans signing? I think I've touched that already. But if you go check out my other content on here, I've said my piece on Daily Cherry Evans. I don't really want to repeat myself again. But look, I'm optimistic. Good feelings, bad feelings. Very, very optimistic about the decision. Sean says, I doubt I will be going to that game live in Perth, but I will be doing is watching it at home, cheering on the Roosters. I reckon we'll do well too, as I believe we have a good record in Perth. Like, yeah, obviously we played over there 2 years ago, and that was a Sam Walker masterclass there in a high-scoring game there against the Dolphins. Don't have a lot of record. I don't know the record in Perth, but look, and I'm sure there's a lot of. I know for a fact there's Roosters fans in Perth because we see it in the Roosters supporter pages where they're like, "Oh, how good's that? The Roosters in Perth got the first time." I remember getting messages saying, "Oh, it was my first time watching a Roosters game live in Perth. It was awesome," all that kind of stuff. Like, a lot of people that normally travel for a game, but they get to go as a home game. It's always good. Like, I know I appreciate that feeling because I live in Brisbane. I've been living in Brisbane for nearly my whole life. And before I started doing every game kind of thing and every home game, I obviously haven't missed a Roosters home game in about 3 years now. But ever since the new Allianz was opened, but you know, before that, I used to go to rarely every like a South game and an Anzac Day game and finals in Roosters games. That was the only time I could, or maybe school holidays. So I know what it's like being, you know, watching it at home and not being able to go to games, access to games like people who live in Sydney and close to where it's Sydney, Newcastle, Wollongong, all around the surrounding areas there. So now how that feels like. So it's a big win for Roosters fans that are living in Perth. I'm sure we can put up not having one game closer to Sydney. I mean, let's face it, Shark Park, it's hard to get tickets there anyway. It's hard. It's not really a good experience. So most people don't even choose. I think I spoke to someone who said that I live in the Shire, but I would not go to a Sharks game in the Shire. Like, as a Roosters fan, like that paints a picture for you. But we're not here to bag about Shark Park. We're here to talk about the Roosters going to Perth potentially. But I really like the opportunity there. It's going to be a massive event, and obviously anything necessary to promote the game over there, it's always a good thing. So hopefully that works out well. And when the draw gets finalised, we'll know more about it. So stay tuned. Aussie Mozzie says Shark Park is terrible. Yes, we know. I'm in Reps Footy and I hope I can sign for the Roosters later in life. I'd love to have you here and have a subscriber in the channel and a follower of my content playing for the Roosters. I have a couple of them, which is great. That'd be awesome. Sean says I have a Chook Pen for membership for next year, so I've got to choose 4 games to go to next year. Well, the first one you'd be trying to remember from my membership. Well, obviously mine's a season one, so it's a bit different. But I haven't got a 4-game flexi before, so I'm guessing get the choose. Like, I'm not too sure with the 4-game stuff, but I know, like, with me when I was sitting there, trying to remember now, season membership. Obviously, just scan your barcode, and then for the Souths game, Anzac Day, and the Bulldogs game, we had the redeem house. So, I'm sure you get to choose where you 4-game membership. I believe you get to choose the 4 games regardless. Doesn't matter if it's a South game and all that. So, yeah, definitely choose the South game. You know, that's when it's at its best. In a big game, big stadium, big crowd. That's when the Roosters fans are at their vocally best. So, yeah, 100% be choosing that one. Jake says, I miss the Roosters playing Souths in round 1. I also miss the Good Friday games against Brisbane from back in the day. Yeah, I say too. Like, I remember there was a Good Friday game against the Broncos at Suncorp, and that was when, in 2014, I think it was the first time the Roosters played in Brisbane in 5 years, and that was when Boyd Calder scored the match-winning try in that corner. It was absolutely awesome. But yeah, we've had some great memories at Suncorp the last recent years. I think we haven't lost to the Broncos at Suncorp in 6 years, so that's always nice to know. Got the wood over the Broncos. Going in the next year, having the wood over the defending premiers at their home backyard, it's always good to know. Anzac Day is my favourite game of the year. Oh, it's such a awesome day. And obviously today is Remembrance Day, so we pay our respects to the fallen men and women soldiers, past and present, who sacrificed so much to make this country great, and New Zealand as well. So I pay my respects to them. We will remember them. So, but yeah. Anzac Day, Remembrance Day, such a incredible important day on the Australian calendar, that's for sure, and around the world, of course. We get robbed at Shark Park. No, I wouldn't say we were robbed at Shark Park this year. We were just disappointing in those games. Imagine Manu and Marky Mark in the same team. The flick passes together. My God, the chemistry there. Oh. But yeah, hopefully that actually eventually happens down the track. Who knows? And obviously as well, with the NRL draw set to be announced sometime this week, with, like I mentioned, that the broadcasters are starting to finalise and agree on the terms of the draw, and hopefully that all comes out and gets announced on Friday. But what are you guys' thoughts on it being mainly AI efficient, artificial intelligence, AI, same thing, playing a key role in making of the draw? What do you guys think of this? My initial thoughts, though, is like whether it's AI, whoever makes a draw whatsoever, until we have teams playing once, every team playing each other once, or every team playing each other twice, it's not going to be fair. And obviously, we don't want a 34-round competition to play 17 teams twice, or 32 rounds, because there's 17 teams, 16 twice, 32 rounds, or 16. It's just not going to make sense. So it's never going to be easy. Look, we haven't had the best luck with the draw in recent years. Look, it's hard, though, with a big club like us, a draw card fixture. You know, Roosters South, you've got to have that twice. Roosters Penrith is a draw card fixture twice. Melbourne against us, draw card fixture, players twice. Broncos, same thing. The big clubs, Bulldogs, all these big clubs now, we'll play them twice because it's a key fixture. Which is a sad thing. I don't think we played the Tigers twice in a season since 2018. I don't think we've played Newcastle twice since 2018. I don't think we played who else I'm trying to think of here? The Titans. I don't think we played the Titans twice in a year in a long time. So it's hard because you want to have the key fixtures on these times, and that's why it makes it hard. But unfortunately, we just don't play. We just can't make it fair until everyone plays each other once or twice. So it is hard to make it right. So I just don't want the fact that we play either the Broncos twice in the first 7 weeks or Penrith twice in the first 7 weeks, and then come back into the season in the last 8 weeks of the season. In the last month, we played Melbourne twice. So they've got to get the balance right. You know, it's going to be hard. And obviously having 3 bye, didn't have a bye during the Origin affected round where we missed players due to Origin. So hopefully that fixes up next year. So that's sort of the key things that I want to see in the NRL draw. Like, make it as fair as possible. Don't have teams have 2 buys during the Origin affected round, while us and Penrith, I believe, had 0. Like, how fair is that? So that's just what the little teething issues that they've got to get right this week in the lead up to the draw. And once the draw gets officially announced, we'll be on here discussing it for you guys and how does it affect the Roosters kind of thing. So I want to get some questions up here that people have asked me today. If you join my broadcast channel and follow us on the Diehards page, you'll get the answer to these questions to me. So I will get it up for you guys, for you guys that are in here that are from my broadcast channel. That welcome. Okay, let's see what people have been saying. So Adam says, it's good as long as we don't play the Broncos and Penrith twice in the first 7 rounds and Melbourne twice in the last 7 rounds. We just touched on that, and you're 100% right. Like, that was a joke. I mean, I'm actually surprised with the draw we had. We made finals too. So that's a bit of a credit to us, as a club as well. Brody says Rabbitohs for Magic Round, and I'm happy. No. Unfortunately, Brody, I don't agree with you on that one. I don't think we should be touching South anywhere near Magic Round. It's a rivalry. You can't have rivalry games at Magic Round. Look, I don't think the broadcasters would allow it either. Like, people have said it in the past, like, oh, what about a heritage, like a rivalry round for Magic Round? No. Like, when the Vegas Draw got announced and was saying, oh, it might be Roosters Rabbitohs. No, not in Vegas. You don't touch the rivalry games. It got to be in the traditional grounds, Allianz Accor Stadium for the Roosters South games. You don't touch them. Like, Magic Round's good though. I love Magic Round. It's always integral to see when Magic Round is and who we're playing Magic Round. But rivalry round. No, you got to keep it in Sydney. Like, I was in Brisbane for a game against South during COVID, and there was just no. Even though it was a game where Joey Manu got his head blown off by Latrell in a dog act, it was just different because even though I was at the ground live and I was ropeable, but it didn't feel the same because it was at Suncorp. There was like 6,000 in the crowd that night. But if that was like at the SCG during that time, it would have been like, look at the scenes when Latrell returned to Allianz, the opening at Allianz. He got booed out of the building. Like, could you imagine then at the SCG with Roosters fans that red hot seeing that? So that's why big moments, and I don't think the broadcast will allow it either. It's a marquee fixture of the round, Roosters South. Whenever it is, round 27, round 3, whenever it is, it's always a marquee fixture. You don't touch it. You don't take it to Vegas. You don't have it at Magic Round. You keep it in the traditional slots. Not traditional, but start of the season, end of the season. But which brings me to my point, though. I don't really want to play South in round 27. I hate that fixture. There's just so much on the line when we play South, regardless of where we're on the ladder. Bragging rights, a fight to keep them away from our stadium kind of thing. I don't want to play South in round 27. Round 24, I'm happy with. Round 27, just no thanks. Yeah. So, look, I think I'm trying to remember who we played at Magic Round. I think we played the Cowboys twice. We played Canberra in 2019. That was the first Magic Round. That was really good. That was a really good game, actually. And then people didn't think people had that, and they bingo card as the grand final that year at Magic Round Roosters Canberra. 2020 was due to COVID. Then 2021 played the Cowboys. 22 Parramatta. That was a good game too. That was a good feature. That was a good weekend actually. That game. Then 23 Cowboys game in the wet. That was just ridiculous. Then the Sharks, which was an awesome game, but we didn't win. And then last year against the Dolphins was a bit weird. And that's another thing. Like, I don't really want to play the Dolphins at Magic Round either. I don't want to play the Dolphins twice at Suncorp again. Like, we want to have much games at Allianz as we can. And obviously, we do give up a home game to go to Magic Round, which the club gets money for. But I don't want to play the Dolphins twice at Suncorp. The Dolphins get 14 games. The Broncos and the Dolphins get 14 games at Suncorp regardless, while the Roosters get 10 at Allianz. This year they get 11 because the Dragons are the home team on Anzac Day, but we get 10 home games. The Broncos get 12 plus 2 away games, same as the So if there's one thing I want to see fixed at Magic Round, is like give the Broncos and Dolphins a home game. for Magic Round because it's their home stadium, yet they get an away game. That does not make sense whatsoever. That's the things that I want to see get fixed in the NRL draw. Seeing the Broncos get 14 games at Suncorp a year while the Roosters get 10 at Allianz. That's what I love to see get fixed for Magic Round. The moment when Manu legitimately made me want to throw up. Manu was always a top 3 player. Yeah, it was just sad to watch too. And they were mates as well. And Latrell gave no shit. He didn't give any shit about it, which was... Anyway, we're not here to talk about that loser anyway. But I miss Manu. Love Manu, of course. Every time the Chooks play at Allianz, it's the best feeling of all time. It is. Like it's such a cool vibe going to Allianz. We love our home ground. We're so lucky to have a stadium like Allianz Stadium, as they call home. The atmosphere is unreal. It's such one of the best stadiums in the country. Suncorp, Combank, Allianz are the top 3 for me for a rectangular stadium. It's just no place feels like home. You know, as much as we love to go, you know, people go all over the place. Like myself, I go to, you know, I went to Amy Park, Go Media Stadium, Suncorp, Seabass, all these stadiums that I go to. But there's no better feeling walking into your home stadium and sitting amongst the Roosters faithful for a home game and to be part in your heartland. It's always such an incredible feeling. Always is. Always is. All those 14 games you mentioned, Brisbane get all home always on a Friday, which is prime time, so unfair. Yeah, most of them. They've changed it over the years, but they used to get every Thursday, Friday night game. But I think they're starting to realise, Broncos, that they actually get like a good, decent chunk of a afternoon game. So, because the joke used to be the Broncos couldn't have the nocturnal team; they couldn't play in the day, and it turned out to be true until they won against the Sharks this year, and that curse lifted. Then they won the semi-final in the day. Then they won a prelim final in the day. So that's gone. That's shipped to sail, but that used to be fun, especially when they play the Bunnies in Allianz. Oh, it's always a marquee feature. That one means more. Like we never like to lose the South, but we can't lose it at Allianz. We don't lose them at Allianz. More often than not, Roosters play on Saturday. Yeah, that's actually an interesting question. What day do you guys prefer to see the Roosters play? Like, what day is the ideal time to watch the Roosters play? Now, I actually did this on TikTok not too long ago, like at the start of last year during the NRL off-season content, like ranking kickoff times in the NRL. I did have Friday 8 o'clock the best slot, but a lot of people like the Sunday 4 o'clock. You know, I hate the Thursday night game, especially for me living in Brisbane. Got to get down here, down to Sydney. Sunday 6 o'clock, I'm not a big fan of. I love the Sunday 4 o'clock games. Saturday 7:30 is a really good time slot as well. But yeah, Roosters on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, there's a little bit special about it too. Nostalgia on a Sunday afternoon. I don't mind the Saturday 3 o'clock traditional time slot, but not at the start of the season when it's hot, kind of thing. So, a beautiful winter's day in Sydney, sun shining, 20-odd degrees, perfect. That would be one of the ideal. But Friday 8 o'clock, prime time, good time slot to watch footy, always. I think they should bring back the Monday games back. Yeah, it's always nostalgic Monday Night Football. Obviously, created one of the biggest dramas in the Roosters Rabbitohs rivalry, where we saw 2 Monday Night Football games where the Roosters scored on the bell to beat South, and then South did vice versa to us as well. Anzac Day is Arvo as well, and that's going to be on a Saturday this year too. So I do know one draw for the Roosters is that Anzac Day is round 8, Saturday, 25th of April, 3 o'clock kickoff. That's because I've just figured it out myself. I haven't got any leaks to the draw or anything. I just figured it out myself. So you guys can do that too with all the public holiday games as well. Easter long weekend, you can Anzac Day and the King's birthday. You guys can know what day it is and what round and who's playing on that day. So obviously the Vegas is 28th, 29th. I think around that. I can't remember. Yeah, so 29th on the Sunday for us, 28th in over in the US. But then the NRL starts on the Thursday, the 5th of March. Then you go 8 weeks, and then 5 weeks after that, so you search up Wednesday, Easter Monday, first weekend of April kind of thing. So for round 5, it falls on. So then the Easter Friday, you got Good Friday, so you lock in South Rabbitohs, South Bulldogs. There's one fixture locked in that you just figured out yourself. And then Easter Monday between the Tigers and the Parramatta Eels on the same round, You've just locked in that in as well. Then you go, well, when's Anzac Day? Then 3 weeks after that, 25th of April, Anzac Day, round 8. When's Anzac Day? On a Saturday, 25th of April. Then you go, I'm assuming because of the Super Saturday schedule, would be the 3 o'clock game. And then 5:30 would be the New Zealand game. I don't know who's playing New Zealand in Anzac Day, but New Zealand will be involved in some way. And then 7:30 is the South Melbourne game. So there's 3 games that you potentially just locked, and then plus another 2 for the Easter long weekend games, the Easter Good Friday and Easter Monday, and then obviously the 2 Vegas games. So there's 7. And then you go the Easter long week. I haven't done it yet, but the King's birthday weekend, that King's month birthday game on the Monday, Dogs Para. So you've just locked in 8 games yourself without knowing the NRL draw. So it pays to do your own research sometimes. So look, I'm not going to not really taking too much into account about the AI doing the draw, but it's going to be interesting how it plays out. And obviously, really excited about this. Obviously, I asked the question in the chat for you guys. What are you guys thinking about the NRL draw? How excited you guys are? A lot of people are excited for it. Look, as much as, obviously the Diehards page is a Roosters news page, not a fan page. It's a Roosters news page. And whenever leaks and all that come out, I want to be the first to post it to get more views and more likes, more people interacting with it. And same thing on here. But it spoils the fact that, when we have leaks to the NRL draw days before the NRL draw comes out, as much as the content-wise, I love to have the draw in my hand right now and going, when's the draw come? Look, I've got the draw in my hand right now. No one else knows it. I know it. I'm the only one who knows it, kind of thing, and releasing it to everyone to see. But at the same time, I'm sick of these leaks. Like last year, we had the NRL post Magic Round and round 1 before the full draw come out. There's always like a bit of anticipation about the draw being announced and all that. And I don't really want to see that. I really want to see come 9 o'clock on a Thursday or a Friday, whenever it is, maybe this week, next week, whenever, apparently this week, I want to see the full draw from round 1 down to round 27 announced with no one else knowing it until everyone else does. I know it's hard though with Magic Round. It's hard with Magic Round because it's in one weekend. It's in the whole competition's in another city. So if you're living in Sydney, you want to know accommodation, you want to know flights, when it is, so you can book that done cheaper than usual. But it's hard though because everyone else knows when Magic Round is until like all the accommodations, all the airlines know when Magic Round is. Everyone else, hotels, bars, everything in Brisbane know when Magic Round is before the public knows, which is a shame. Because then it's going to be a price gouge. And I'm actually speaking with Norman from Sportshed TV right now about it. But before we went on air about it, it's like, when do you know when Magic Round is, mate? I haven't had a clue. I don't know. And I know you vote. And I think that's one of the lucky things for me living in Brisbane, knowing that Magic Round is up here. I don't have to worry about it. But obviously, you guys have to if you guys live in Sydney, which I do apologise for at Magic Round time. But I do feel sorry that you guys have to spend your hard-earned just to get up here. It's a shame that they do that. They price gouge flights and accommodations and tickets and that just to get up here. It's a joke. So I just wish that they just didn't tell anyone until the draw comes out when everyone gets a fair chance to get a fair deal. So, but you're right, Jake. It's footy content, mate. During the off season, anything is gold, 100%. And everyone loves to be the first one. And here's the thing: when the Roosters actually drop the jersey, I'm going to be competing with Retro. Shout out to Retro Rugby League, good fellow of mine, friend of the show. He posts all detail about Roosters jersey, any jersey in the NRL. Winston Neville as well, shout out to him as well, good friend of mine. He does it as well, so I've got to compete with them too. So I'd love to be right now knowing what the Roosters jersey looks like officially and go, hey, look, that's what the Roosters jersey looks like, and everyone knows before me, but that's not how it goes sometimes. But whenever the draw gets announced, whenever the Roosters jerseys get officially announced or leaked, I'll be the first ones on here letting you guys know about it. So stick an eye out for that. So we will be doing a live stream for when the draw gets announced. We'll be on here discussing it with you guys. So have that. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification button to be the first to know about when that live stream happens. Same thing for the NRL for Roosters jerseys and content-wise there as well. And follow the Instagram for all your for your latest up-to-date Roosters news and opinions. Best spot for Roosters in Magic Round, you reckon? Best spot for the Roosters in Magic Round for you? I think Anywhere's good. Anywhere's good. There's no real specific spot. I know we did something at the Lord Alfred last year when I was organising that. So I'm pretty sure we did something similar as well this year. Can't remember. But so I'd say Lord Alfred would be your best spot. Just keep out the Roosters supporter pages. Someone will post something about it. But maybe I might bring something up. Hey, maybe a little bit of a Diehards meetup somewhere. Who knows? Caxton Street. Anyone in Caxton Street's a good spot. The Caxton's packed, like super packed. So if that's your scene, great. But if it's not your scene, you just want to have a casual drink, I would avoid the Caxton. But if you're there for a social gathering and, you know, being part of the vibe, that's the spot to be. But if you just want to have like a relaxed, social, hands-off kind of thing, let's say maybe Lord Alfred will be a little bit busy. It's busy, but not as busy. Caxton Street Brewing Co. You go around the corner, you've got the Paddo Inn, the Paddington Hotel. Then across the road, you've got the Newstead, which is outside Suncorp on that side. So you've got like Suncorp here. Caxton Street's here. And then it's like over here kind of thing. So, yeah. But, yeah, so that would be my best bet for you guys. Okay, that's covered everything I needed to say. I think anyone else... Quickly go through the final questions before I wrap that up. Ridiculous, apparently, says Isaac. Jesse says they're not actually using AI. They just mean they don't cop the flack for shit scheduling. I doubt that's actually true, but imagine. Could you imagine if that was actually the case? But yeah, guys, as soon as the NRL draw is announced, Rooster stuff is announced, I'll be the first on here letting you guys know about it. Don't you worry. Okay, 37 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. What was the Rooster superhero jersey, Captain America or Spider-Man? They did both. 14-15, they did Captain America, and then 2017, the Spider-Man. That's one of my favorite jerseys, the Spider-Man one. I want to get my hands on that one as well. So anyone selling a Spider-Man jersey 3XL, please do. Please do. Retro, if you're watching, please let me know if you've got any Spider-Man jersey for 3XL. Yes, I'm 3XL. I'm a big fella, obviously. Okay. But yes, they did do Captain America in 2014-15. As you remember in 2015, iconic game, Roosters Bulldogs at Allianz, where Kane Evans dropped Cassiano from the kickoff. Insane. And obviously that Michael Jennings famous try to win the game against the Bulldogs. Then obviously the 2017 Captain America jersey as well. 2017 Spider-Man as well. So iconic hits, obviously. Really cool collab there. I love to see like another collab like that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Follow us as well on the Instagram for your latest news in relations to the Sydney Roosters. You think they should bring back the Nines? I loved it, eh? Like, that would have been a cool weekend going to New Zealand for the Auckland Nines and obviously the Perth Nines. I just, especially with the scheduling, I just can't see any value in it anymore. The preseason challenge is not really value. They just made trial games trying to get something from the trial games, but obviously always anticipation for the trial games. They haven't even posted that yet. Whenever that gets announced, I probably will be one of the first ones to be known is the preseason challenge. So, yeah, so obviously I don't even think the NRL has even posted the World Cup challenge officially yet. I know the Broncos and Whole KR have, but I don't know the NRL officially don't. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye for now. Up the chooks. I'll see you guys tomorrow.